Right, we're back on the second map between HasuObs and Protois. HasuObs is again the player in red, and it is close spawn positions here on Turtle Rock. HasuObs, same build order. He's again gonna go for Fiends, and Protois is again gonna go for Ghouls, as it appears. And yeah, this time, of course, with these spawn positions, we should be expecting a lot more pressure out of Protois than on map number 1. So definitely interesting circumstances here for the second map. Protois, of course, running the risk of also losing his second series here, whereas HasuObs, he already has lost 2 series, one against Lin, one against Grubby, and he would sure be glad about winning here for a change. So Scout Acolyte is now heading out, and I'm curious to see how both of the players are going to react once they see where the opponent has spawned. Death Knight is coming for Protois, of course, a lot earlier than the Death Knight of HasuObs. Once again, the Acolyte here is now seeing the Blight, and is now going to confirm that this is the exact same build that HasuObs has played on map number 1. Shop is coming, the Ghoul is going to try and get rid of the Acolyte here, as it appears. No, he's actually sending a Ghoul out to scout, and he sees that 2 more Ghouls of Protois are already coming in, so Protois is immediately putting the pressure on HasuObs. Death Knight is coming, there is the first Fiend in production right now, and the shop is going to get cancelled, I'm pretty sure of that, so we're not gonna see a lot of Necromancy for HasuObs, but for Protois, so he's gonna be able to come in and get the skeletons from the Tome of Relics of HasuObs, and I think that's a very nice touch, and that's gonna be yeah, pretty significant disadvantage that HasuObs is gonna have to struggle with in the early stages of the game. The first Acolyte is now under fire. The first Ghoul of Protois is about to fall though. Death Knight is coming in. Is he gonna have the time to coil here in time? Yes, he does. And now we're seeing the first skeletons. He's immediately going for the first Fiend. By the way, no second Fiend in production here for HasuObs, who is, yeah, doesn't really have a lot of resources. He could get one more. He's got 42 gold here, lumber here currently. Now his Death Knight is out as well. Coiling the one Fiend he's got there. Protois with a bit of miss micro, attacking the gold mine here. Accidentally now changing it up to one of the Acolytes. The Death Knight of Protois taking some heat. HasuObs with the second coil already. He's got 1 remaining. Protois doesn't have a single coil remaining. 4 Ghouls for the yellow player here in the base of HasuObs. And yeah, the next coil is going to be used momentarily. The first Ghoul is not falling here for Protois. Instead, it's an Acolyte and the first Ghoul of HasuObs that is falling, and HasuObs has to produce more Ghouls here as well. By the way, no tech by Protois, we just see him producing more and more Ghouls here, at least for the time being. Another Ghoul of HasuObs is about to fall, and the Fiend is getting into trouble as well. And keep in mind, the Death Knight is really struggling to get enough mana to keep this Fiend alive, so that Fiend is gonna have to leave the base for the time being. More Acolytes are being harassed here. Another one is gonna fall. Okay, the Ghoul is one of those gold mine attackers. At least he can drive the Death Knight away, who, by the way, sold his town portal here for a little bit of additional gold. So just maximum pressure coming out of Protois here in the beginning. And look at HasuObs struggling. He is losing Acolyte after Acolyte. 4 are on the field currently. He's produced a couple already though. And this one is gonna fall. And this one is gonna fall soon too. Protois needs to be careful with his DK though. But it looks like the pressure is just yeah, perhaps too much to deal with here for HasuObs. Rod of Necromancy has now been used entirely though for Protois, so he's gonna run out of skeletons soon. HasuObs just still continues struggling. He's got 2 Acolytes alive. I mean, that's nothing, producing more and more, but losing more and more as well. Death Knight still completely out of mana. Another Acolyte is falling. There's only 1 Acolyte left standing. And then HasuObs will be out of gold income, and it looks like this one is gonna fall soon as well. Yeah, HasuObs right now, okay, was out of gold income. Another Acolyte has spawned, but with Protois just producing more and more ghouls and getting a second crypt, how is HasuObs supposed to keep up with the production against this pressure? There will be so many ghouls coming in, and HasuObs got one Acolyte again, producing a new second one. But yeah, this is looking very, very promising for Protois. Level 2.5 on his Death Knight, and keep in mind, none of the players has grabbed anything here. The next Acolyte will be killed. And the Death Knight is he surrounded? I believe so. Okay, he's running back behind the gold mine. Okay, he's not surrounded. So that's something, but 4 ghouls here against 7, I think? Yes, 7. Finally level 2 for the Death Knight of HasuObs as well, so at least some additional mobility there. But once again, these ghouls are just gonna go ahead and, yeah, chop away on those Acolytes. And there's the GG already by HasuObs, and I think rightfully so. There was really nothing left to do for him. Protois with a very, very nice approach here against the Fiend build of his opponent, knowing that there's the graveyard here. Sending the 2 ghouls over and cancelling the Tome of Relics of HasuObs really, really came into play very handily. HasuObs had to try and defend without Rod of Necromancy, and there was just, of course, a superior number of ghouls early on for Protois just due to the build order, and the skeletons on top of things. And well, I guess HasuObs must have been to some extent aware of that possibility. I mean, he, I guess knew a thing or two about Undead Mirror, but I mean, he sent that scout ghoul out just when Protois' ghouls were coming around the corner, perhaps in anticipation of that, perhaps, trying to land a block or so, but that didn't happen. Protois kept the pressure up, and Protois, was able to take down HasuObs here very quickly. Short but intense game. The score is 1-1, and the deciding map will be Secret Valley.